it's Michelle from Talent Acquisition, and I'm here with Mike Ryan, celebrity trainer and friend of mine. And he's going to be doing a workout video for us ERGs and the veterans and other ones that are going to be participating in this too. So, Mike.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all the veterans for your service. I really appreciate it. I come from military family, brothers, family, uncles, everyone. Rangers, they're all Rangers, so hooah, hardcore. So thank you guys, ERGs. Thank you for all your help and support. And the big thing I know you guys are going to be trying to take on as a challenge is the Murphy Challenge. And I'm here to help you guys. I know it means a lot to especially you veterans people. So I'm here to help you guys get over that hump, get motivated, and we're going to kick ass on that challenge.
Part of the Murphy Challenge is pull-ups. So Mike's going to demonstrate on how to do some pull-ups, safety, and give us some tips on how to do that. Mike?
As we know, we're tough times, so we have to make do with what we can find. So I know a lot of people, if you're a lot of parks, if you're open, try and get a chin-up bar to really practice doing your pull-ups. For women, for guys, if you're not strong at it, the best thing to do is just learn how to hang. Get used to trying with your body weight, and then limit your motions. For you advanced, this is the stairwell in my complex, so I'm just going to do assortment of pull-ups. So you can just do basic pull-ups, drop it down, bring it up, drop it down, bring it up. So if you're stuck, if you're just starting out, what you want to do is just gradually go by inch. So if you're going as high as that, so when you finish, each time you want to increase yourself. It's just a tiny bit, you know, because pull-ups are hard, believe me, they're super hard. It's the hardest thing you're probably doing this whole challenge, is getting your pull-ups in. They work your whole body, they work every component, strength, and even stamina comes to play. So we're going to capitalize on your stamina. We're going to talk about your run in the Murphy Challenge. You do your pull-ups. One of the big challenges in the Murphy Challenge is the mile run, and most people have to wear a weight vest. So how are you going to prep for it, especially if you're not a good runner? Like everything, start out slow and do it. You know what I mean? Work with it. And if you never wore a weight, well, actually, you guys probably wear your rucksack, so you're used to it, but you probably haven't worn it in a while. Remember that's going to really put a lot of pressure on your lung capacity, your core structure. So instead of going out for that mile right away, when you're working up to it, start at a quarter mile, start at a half mile, then work up to that mile. You know, we want to get you in the best shape. I know you guys all want to do it in one day and knock it out, but I think everyone, if you've been sedentary, if you've been cooped up for a while, you should really train for this. Do a component, and take on the challenge. And as you train, what are some of the training tips you guys have?
So you want to make sure that you're checking your heart rate. So if you have an iPhone watch or if you have the Fitbit, I know Experian does a discount with the Fitbit, and make sure you hook it up to Health Matters. You want to be making sure that your heart rate is in the range that it's supposed to be. And Mike, what's the range on that with age?
So what it is, you want to train in your target heart range, because if you train too high, you're burning muscle. And especially for you guys, it's so hard to pack on muscle that you don't want to burn it off. And if you're going too slow, if your heart rate's too slow, basically you're wasting your time. It's more recreation. So the formula is 220 minus your age, and you want to train at 75%. So that'd be 0.75. And then you're going to get a number. And for everyone, you know, in that category, you're going to it's usually around 130. So when you can either add 10 on the high end and 10 on the low end. So you can either train at 120 to 140, and that's where you want to keep your target heart range. So we're all kind of in the same boat, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s, you know what I mean, in that category. So that's where you want to kind of keep it. And that's why you're just burning fat efficiently. And especially you guys, we know how hard it is to pack on muscle. We don't want to burn it off, all right? So when you do the Murphy Challenge, and actually when you're going to be training at home, a lot of times you're going to find yourself doing an assortment of push-ups. So we can do 2 movements. You can basically do 2 movements. Michelle can do 2 sorts of push-ups. One is if your strength level isn't that up to par, you can do it on your knees. Yeah.
Yep.
And she'll just basically explain what it is, a push-up on your knees. It's a good hand placement. Drop it down to keep your back flat. Drive it up. Perfect. And if you really want to up your game, get on your toes, and we'll do some basic, drop that back a little nice, smooth, perfect. You want to have your flat back. These are challenging. Good for you. Nice. Perfect. And this is now for the advanced trainers, the advanced fitness people. You're probably familiar with this, but there's a couple of things that we can do. If you guys are home in your home office and you want to really put some more emphasis on your body, your chest, your arms, you can also do push-ups from an elevated stance. So you can put your feet on the coffee table, on your desk, anything that's around, and just drive them up. In hand position is also a key to really incorporate different maneuvers, and it also targets different areas of the body. So the wider you go, you're going to get a little more chest in there. So I'm feeling it more in my pecs or chest. And if I want to isolate some of the arms, especially the triceps, you can make like a little diamond and push up from there. So these are diamond push-ups. It incorporates a lot of the muscles in your triceps. So these are all variations of the push-ups that you can use, especially at home. It's going to help you with the Murph challenge. It's also going to help you with your routine so you don't get so stagnant. Again, we're in this quarantine, most of it in the lockdown, which is kind of a drag. But these are all varieties of exercise that we can use. And you did a good job.
Thank you. I'm going to get some water because you need to make sure you drink plenty of water.
Yeah, keep your fluids up. Every exercise, tons, tons, tons.
He always has me drinking water.
Yeah, be water hounds. Here's a quick little rule of thumb that everyone I engage with. The first thing in the morning, no matter what you do, I always have everyone a large glass of water. Your body's comprised of 70% water, and when you sleep, you dehydrate yourself. That's why oftentimes people immediately grab for a cup of coffee. And coffee is also a diuretic, so you're kind of like so groggy, so out of it. Always have a glass of water. Get that water in you. Fuse your body, and also it allows the fat to lose from the storage cells. So you're going to be peeing it out as well. So make sure you drink plenty of water, and it's good for your brains. So be smart. All right, guys. One of the challenges is 300 squats, which doesn't really seem like that's going to be that challenge, but let me tell you, that's going to be hard as hell. There's no doubt about it. And so I'm going to teach you, if you're not, again, this is basically for beginners. If you don't have a good form and technique is a priority of a squat. You don't want to be bending over. You don't want to blow out your knees. You don't want to strain your back. You want to have good, proper form. And my lovely assistant here, Michelle, will show you the perfect form. So let's start slow. So you want to have your feet a little wider than your hips. You don't want to have them too narrow. You don't want to have them too wide. Just a little wider than your hips. The key to a squat: keep your back straight, chest up, chin up, and you drop down. A little straighter back, drop it down, pop it up. Perfect. You want to go just about parallel to the floor. So if we had a little bench or something, she would come down and her hiney would hit it.
And he does have a bench at the gym that he makes me go down to.
Yeah, of course. Super important. Nice. That's awesome. So you're going to have to do 300 of those. Definitely take a break. But one of the things you want to safeguard yourself, make sure your knees are not shooting over your toes too much. And again, make sure your back is straight. Make sure you're not arching or leaning forward or dropping your chest. Often people squat like this, and that's just doing a back bend. You want to drop at the waist, drop it down, and drive it up. So all the inertia is going through my ankles, through my calves, into my hamstrings, quads, and glutes, and you're coming up. So you drop it down, coming up. Drop it down, coming up. So when you're advanced, especially I know women, you all want to have nice booties, so you can grab some light weights. So we have some nice easy 7-pound dumbbells or 5-pound dumbbells. So you can always either pop them on your shoulders, drop them down, come up. If that's uncomfortable, just let them drop down by the sides.
And if you guys have the bands, you guys can do it this way too.
Step over. Step, step. So you're gonna pull it up and drop it down. Perfect. So these are some tools that we're using. We have,
This is a 15-pound band.
Yep.
Go up.
Excellent. So you can get a bands, and these things are everywhere. Amazon, everything. Dumbbells. You don't have to, go crazy buying a whole bunch of weights like I do. But just like some small dumbbells and bands, and you get a substantial workout. So we did a series of squats, and that definitely works all the components of your legs. So one of the things that Michelle's picked up, these are a series of bands.
You can get it on Amazon.
Amazon, usually called booty bands for the booty. And how you wear it, you slide it on, and you want to have it probably mid-thigh. Not too high and not too low, so you don't want to jam any ligaments or cartilage in your knees, and not too high that you're really sticking up here. So mid-thigh. And a couple exercises you can do is it's like a side lunge with a squat thrust. So while you hold the tension in your legs. So right now, see, her legs are tough. I mean, they're tight, they're solid, and so is in her glutes. They're all getting active right now. So you want to stretch and drop and come on up. So you step, drop, come on up. Step, drop, come on up. And you do the same thing coming back. So remember, when you do it one way, you have to do it the other way. You want to work both sides of the legs equal. Perfect. And while you're in these bands, another exercise we do is also for the glutes. This is probably a lot geared for the ladies. But guys, I totally encourage you to do all these things. As silly as it may sound, it's effective and it works. So this is almost like a booty blaster, or a leg, basically a donkey kick or a leg thrust. While this leg is stationed with the band, she's going to drive this leg up. She's going to drop it down and drive it up. And keeping all the tension in the glute. Strong. Just a little higher, drive it up, bringing it down. Switch legs. You want to work every leg equally as strong. Same thing, back straight. While she's doing it, one of the things you want to realize, she's working her core is tight, shoulders, back, arms, all getting engaged. So actually, she's working on every component of her body right now, with the emphasis on the lower extremities.
When you order these, if you choose to order them, there's 3 different sizes, so you can go at your own pace and your own level here. And also order Epsom salt. Epsom salt and bath would be your best friend.
Train the lower extremities, really work the quads, the glutes, the hams, everything. So especially for the guys, we want to work the guns. And one of the best exercises, I think, and Michelle's going to use the bands because the bands are super cool, super helpful. It's called 21s. Why it's 21s? It's 7 repetitions, 3 rows of 7 repetitions for 1 set. So it's kind of awkward to explain. So the first 7, you start all the way down, and you're going to bring it halfway up. All the way down, bring it halfway up. So you're getting the blood in the bicep. So you do that for 7. So it's 4, 5, crank it up, 6, 7. So on 7, you can pause it right here. Then it's going to be the second half of the motion is from half to full range. Half to full range. That's 3.
And ladies, this is what I do at the gym too when I train with Mike. So this is something I do every week at the gym.
Keep it tight. Don't let it drop. Good.
I think that's 7 right here.
One more. 7. Now all the way down. Full extension. Now the last 7 is full range. So you want half, half, full. All the way down, all the way up. Works right every component of the bicep. Of course, your back's straight, chest
Keep
is
your arms
up.
locked.
No, you don't lock your arms. Bring it up, squeeze, down slow. Good. Well, if you have bands, and if you only have 1 set of bands, like with Michelle, you can always widen your stance to make the tension a little more harder. So if you want to just explain that. So now try it with a little wider. Yeah, so now it's a little tougher. And if it's too tough, step in so you get a little more slack in the band. Good, perfect. So that's 21s. 1 set of 21s, you're working your arms efficiently. So we did a little bicep exercise. To finish up the arm, you want to hit the second component, that's the tricep. 2 major muscles of the arm. So with Michelle, she has her cable. And make sure, you guys, always make sure you step on it pretty solid. You don't want that thing snapping at you because that can be painful. And she's just going to do a overhead cable pull, or a French press they used to call it.
I actually got the foot wrong.
Okay, foot behind.
Yep.
Elbows tight, let it drop, and bring it all the way up. All the way back, and all the way up. She's working the components of her triceps. And again, while we're training, her abs are tight, her back is strong, her legs are even getting activated, her glutes are getting activated. So with these workouts, every component of your body is working with the emphasis on working the triceps. Super job.
And Mike, how many reps would you do in a set, and how many sets do you recommend doing?
Good. Okay, for the beginners out there, for the people who are just pretty raw at this, I would say 3 sets of no more than 10 reps. That's just going to get your body woken up, wake up the muscles. It's like back in high school days. We're getting a call to action, going to wake up everything. For the advanced and for myself, I do like 4 to 5 sets, anywhere between 12 to 15 to 16 reps. And one of the things when I train people, it's always about variety. Like you don't want to shock in all the body to get a response. So if you're doing 10 reps, 16 reps, and you feel it's not as challenging as it could be, jump it up to 25. If 25 is too light or weight-wise, put on more weight, then drop your reps to 5 or 6. You know, have fun with your training so it's never stagnant. So you can always do something to keep it exciting and new to get a good response in the muscle. We've worked our arms pretty efficiently, worked our legs pretty efficiently, so let's get a little shoulder work. One of the best exercises is a military press you guys are all familiar with, or an overhead shoulder press. I mean, you can definitely use dumbbells if you have dumbbells, but of course in our situation, we're kind of limited, so we're gonna go with the bands. So we always put the band in front, step forward, drop it down. It's just a regular, basic shoulder press. Drop it down so your elbow's at 90 degrees and bring it straight up. Drop it down so your elbow's at 90 degrees, bring it straight. Great. So if you're new at this again, and you find that you can't fully extend because the band's too much, it's like a cheat technique. take some of the slack off the band by either step on, you know, the kid, well, I don't want you guys getting in trouble by stepping on the counter, but a coffee table, a chair or something. So that way she has a little more slack in the band to play with. But you get it? And of course, while you're training, you want to focus on form. Form is more crucial than weight content all the time, especially when it comes to push-ups, pull-ups, everything. Form is the priority. Don't think, oh, I have to get a crazy number. It's all about form and technique. Excellent. Overhead military press. So one of the other things we want to do is get like a side raise or a lateral raise for the shoulders to bring out the nice roundness of the shoulders. And also, this is when, especially in our formative years, most injuries happen. Rotated cuffs, because our side delt or our side delt is not as strong. So we really want to get this strong and powerful. And one of the great exercises you do is a lateral raise. So again, you can do it with dumbbells. One of the funny things, if you don't have bands, you can either use jugs of water or jugs of milk to do it. The posture perfect, back straight. A little bend in the arm. Bring it up, perfect. Let it come down. Bring it in, up. So her midpoint, wrist, elbows, shoulders are at the same height. So you're bringing it up and let it drop down. Fantastic. So Michelle was a little straight on. Was a little easy for her. So she crossed the edges of the band to get a little more tension. So it's a little more strenuous. Fantastic. Smile. You're supposed to be enjoying this.
I am enjoying it.
So let's have a quick recap. We went over all the exercises for the Murphy Challenge, and for the body we broke down. We did chest for pull-ups. We did back. We did back for pull-ups. But also we can show them a quick dumbbell raise with the bands. So we're gonna finish up with one. If you're not good, we talk about doing pull-ups. They're challenging. You just limit your motion if you can't get it. If you have a spotter helping you, even better. But if you don't even have that opportunity to get to a pull-up bar, you can always do, we call it a one-arm dumbbell row or a one-arm row. What you're basically going to do, and I'll help with Michelle, is you're going to drop one of these things down and only use one side. So with her free hand, she's going to pull. It's almost like starting a lawnmower. Remember as a kid, you always had to start the lawnmower, jack it up. So straight down, let it drop, and bring it up. Let it come down, and bring it up. This is probably too light for her, so I'm going to make her step a little bit more on the tension. There we go. We're gonna make her work. Good. So right now she's working her lats, her spinal erectors, all the components of the back are getting worked. So it's perfect. And then you want to switch the other side. Step it over, same thing. Drive it up. It's just like as a kid we called them lawnmowers because that's all the motion was. It's on that lawnmower. That free hand you put on your thigh, on your knee. Perfect. So back we did a pull up, and now we have a one-arm dumbbell row. Gap, we did chest, assortment of push-ups, remember, wide, moderate, diamond, on the knees, elevated foot, even high elevated foot. So it's all gonna wipe out the chest. Back, pull-ups, rows, shoulders, overhead military press, lateral raise, biceps, 21s, triceps, overhead triceps pulls. Legs, we did squats. You did the Murphys, 300 squats, that's brutal enough. Then we also did, Michelle did a series of motions with the bands. Side steps, tight for the glutes, and also she did a booty blast, also for the boot. And now we'll work a little the core with the abs. One of the best components is the ball. Training on a ball, unlike any other exercise, and this is crucial if you guys really want to get those finely developed abs. When you're on the ball, it doesn't work any of your hip flexors. Every machine, leg raises, ab machines, you're always going to incorporate hip flexors for some reason. So whenever you get on a ball to do a crunch, that's what we're going to do here. You're going to drop down. Do not, I repeat, do not hook your feet under something. Do not hook your feet under a bench, because when you start doing that, you're taking the tension from your abs and you put it in your hip flexors. And this is all ab. We want to have abs. Abs. So, crunch, squeeze, chin up, breathe. Exhale coming up, bringing it down. Exhale coming up, bringing it down. Good, just a little slower. Good. Now these are the things we don't want to do. Strain the neck forward. Strain it forward. Because when we're doing this, that's not the motion. That's just causing trauma on the neck. You want to keep your chin up, your torso up. And how you elevate is only about 5 or 6 inches. You just squeeze your abs to elevate your torso off the ball. So let's run one more time. So tight, exhale coming up. Shh, perfect. It's small, simple, concise motion, but the tension is chronic. Its tension is constant in the abs. So you're squeezing, breathing, good. So for this, 12, 15, you get 25 reps, perfect. You can do 4 sets of 25, that's amazing. So the goal probably would be get 100 reps while you're doing your ab training, because you have to work up for your 300 in one setting, right, for Murphy? 300 abs? Oh no, that's something else. I'm in another planet.
Squats.
That was squats.
I think you only have to do 100.
Yeah. The beatings continue, and I'm just beating the heck out of her, I'm sorry, but she loves it.
I do.
And all you guys are tough. You're military experience, and you guys are all tough. You love this stuff. So you did a set of crunches on the ball, which is fantastic. Here's another really challenging exercise. So you're going to start the ball between your legs, and your hands are over your head. And as you, hold on a second, as you bring it up, you're going to elevate your torso to beat your legs, and you're going to hand off the ball to your arms. So you're going to bring it up, bring your torso up, hand it up, drop, let the ball touch, bring it up, bring it down, let him touch. That's one. So bring it up, get that torso up, good. Drop, excellent. This is super hard, so way to go, Michelle.
Yes, it is.
Killing it. So she's gonna do like 500 more. So, don't worry. So bring it up, drop, give me one more for the gang. Squeeze, nice, drop, and do everything slow and methodical. Bring it up, drop, perfect, excellent. Way to go. Killing it. So this is probably for more of, you really want to refine your abs a little more. So if you want to take out the ball, if that was just too hard, I totally get it. I mean, it's hard. So this is just basic ab crunches that we can do. So her feet are going to be at 90 degrees, and same thing. She's going to squeeze her torso to elevate her shoulder blades off the mat. So you go for, say, 10 to 15 reps, and then you're going to extend your legs out a little more. Hold the tension in your abs. Again, this is all one series. Again, 10 to 15 reps, squeeze them out, exhale, and finish it up. Drop it down. Your basic crunch with your feet on the floor. This is to get every guy's working. It also depends on your fitness level. If straight up is too much, start with just your feet on the floor. We just want to engage the core and work those abs. Way to go. So we trained our body efficiently. We went over exercise for the Murphy Challenge. It's going to be brutally hard, but I think you guys can do it. Michelle kicked butt today. She did a full body workout. She hit every component, from her chest, from her shoulders, from her back, to her lower extremities, to her core, to her abs. She crushed it all. And we talked about the importance of water. Fluids, waters, drink water all day long. Be a water hound. Have tons of water. And also, talk about nutrition. Briefly, I mean, we can go on to nutrition for hours and days. There are so many diets out there. I don't know where you guys stand on everything, but my whole rule is about sensible eating. It's all about sensibility. For the morning, I think you guys should have, every meal should have protein, consists of some sort of protein, and usually the proteins are animal-derived products. Eggs, chicken, turkey, steak, shellfish, and you want to have animal-derived products. That's probably your best source of proteins. If you're vegan, there's so many good sources between types of beans, types of lentils, types of quinoa. And now the good thing is, if you're a vegan now, you can get, you can get vegan chicken, you can get vegan steak, you can get vegan burgers. So you're covered in that aspect. So every meal you want to have protein. Protein is a foundation to building lean muscle. You want to have lean muscle. Lean muscle devours fat. You need lean muscle. Also, you want to have a source of carbohydrates. When I work with Michelle, we're kind of more carb intense in the morning, like you guys. She works out hard in the morning, then she's got a full day of work, and work is stressful, work is draining. Do not deny yourself carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are energy, but carbohydrates are also brain food, so do not deny yourself carbohydrates. You can watch what carbohydrates you have.
Which ones do you like?
For me, big in the morning, I'm a oatmeal guy. I think oatmeal is fantastic. I also, people stay away from breads, but I believe in bagels. I think bagels are still fun to have. You know what I mean?
Sweet potatoes,
Sweet
rice,
potatoes,
brown rice?
brown rice, fantastic. Those are the carbs you have later in the day if you'd like. Brown rice, sweet potatoes, and also vegetables. Vegetables are carbohydrate, but they're simple carbohydrates, so you can have unlimited vegetables. Fruits, you gotta watch fruits, because fruits are sugar intense. Have fruits in the morning, have fruits in the lunch, but don't have fruits really too much later on. But have vegetables every meal. So you wanna have proteins, carbohydrates, and a good source of fat in your meals too.
Yep.
And good clean fats are your nuts, avocados.
Olive oil?
Olive oil is actually a good fat, there's some good fats.
It's actually what I cook with. I cook fish and chicken and turkey.
Fantastic, and people even use coconut oil, almond oil. There's so many different types of oils that are good, clean sources of fat. But make sure the big rule of thumb is make sure you get protein in every meal. People skip on protein, and when you're engaging in a training program, you need the protein to develop that muscle. So make sure you get the protein in. And Michelle talked about her watch.
Heart rate. So make
Heart
sure
rate.
you guys are doing that. If you guys can, hook up with Health Matters to get the points with that. And then the only other thing I would say is don't be obsessed with the scale because muscle weighs more than fat.
Muscle's denser. So when you guys first engage, and like I don't have a scale. Scale's useless.
I don't
You
have
know what
one
I
in
mean?
my house either.
You don't need a scale. How you go about the parameters are is how you fit in your clothes and how your good friends, your good trusting friends, tell you how you look. Because scales can be deceptive. Muscle, like Michelle was alluding to, muscle's denser than fat. So I could be in way better shape, but 10, 15, even 20 pounds heavier, and it wouldn't correlate. You step on a scale of 230 pounds, you're like, whoa, you gotta be a fat dude, but that ain't the case. And the BMI index, I also think is garbage as well, that body mass index. So just train hard, eat proper, throw your scale out.
Anytime he sees me on the scale, he says, "Get the heck off of
Yeah,
it.
get off
How
the
do you
scale."
feel in your clothes and all that?"
Yeah.
So don't worry about the scale. So I just want to say thanks to Denny for putting this together for the Veterans ERG and other ERGs that are participating in this. So thanks for doing this, Denny, and Mike. Thanks for taking the time.
course, yeah.
I thought of you immediately because I know you're a big veteran supporter
Yep,
with your family
absolutely.
being in the veterans as well. So thanks for taking the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it again. Cheers.